October 24th, and this is your coffee break on the HAN Network. I'm Kate Czaplinski with the latest local news, including a body found in Shelton, the return of the Backpage Bandit, and more. Kevin Coleman filling in for Frank Granito with the Nutmeg Sports Update. Donald Lang will also join us to take a look back on this day in history. And we have a special interview about a dual swim meet tonight that's honoring a beloved New Canaan teacher and coach. But first, the body of a 56-year-old man was found late Sunday morning at 70 Longfellow Road. Police responded to the residence for a missing persons complaint. A woman woke up and could not find her 56-year-old son, Theodore Bortnick. Police canvassed the area and discovered Bortnick deceased in a drainage ravine on the property. The Connecticut State Police major crime team responded to process the scene, and Shelton police say they're actively investigating. However, there is no indication of any foul play at this time. But you can follow updates at sheltonherald.com. And a tragic story out of Bridgeport. Hearst, Connecticut media reports that a pregnant woman died Sunday from a suspected heroin overdose. Police Captain Brian Fitzgerald said the 25-year-old woman was found early Sunday morning at a Berkeley Place residence on the east side, and that the death is a suspected heroin overdose. Fitzgerald said the Detective Bureau is investigating that untimely death. And the Milford Police Department has an ongoing investigation into females being robbed in hotels and motels while offering services on a website called Backpage.com. And last week, they arrested a suspect for the second time in connection with those crimes. Backpage is a classified advertising website that offers listings including automotive, job, real estate, and others. 23-year-old Jonathan Arzu of Laurel Avenue in Bridgeport was arrested for a second time on October 18th. He is accused of forcefully entering a hotel room back in May with two accomplices and pistol whipping a female with a handgun when she resisted turning over her property. Arzu then ransacked the hotel room, robbing money, a purse, and a wallet, police said. Arzu's identity was developed through DNA evidence that was left behind at the crime scene. He was also later identified by that female victim. This is the second arrest of Arzu, who has been dubbed the Backpage Bandit, but you can get more information at milfordmirror.com. And in Trumbull, the police union are slamming the actions of a police commissioner, saying Police Commission Chairman Roger McGovern has shamed the pride, professionalism, and reputation of their department. The Trumbull Police Union voted no confidence in him last Thursday night. The vote was prompted by McGovern's confrontations with Bernardino Nieva, which allegedly included harassment and impersonating a police officer. Trumbull police investigated those incidents and sought an arrest warrant for McGovern, but the state's attorney's office declined to issue one. Union President Sergeant Robert Coppola said McGovern should resign from the commission, which is an appointed board that oversees the police department. Specifically, Coppola cited McGovern's alleged abuse of power in trying to collect $2,600 from Nieva following a minor traffic incident. McGovern is alleged to have shown Nieva his police commission badge and identified himself as a law enforcement officer. Union leaders said, in part, "We believe that by abusing the power, Commissioner McGovern has undermined the spirit of cooperation, trust, and integrity at the core of our mission." They said, while we appreciate the commissioner's service to the public, our members believe that he must vacate his position as soon as possible for the betterment of the community we serve. And in other news, in Darien, a truck got stuck under the railroad overpass bridge on the Post Road on Sunday afternoon. The frequency of the incidents has been reduced by some signs that the DOT installed on I-95 near Darien and at exits 11, 12, and 13 in both directions. Those yellow signs indicate that Route 1 contains a low bridge. Before those signs went up, the DOT painted low bridge warnings onto the exit ramp roads. Before the signs, however, it was common for a truck, an RV, or a moving truck that was taller than 11 feet 3 inches to get stuck under the overpass near the train station. Whether the drivers thought their truck was short enough to get under or they ignored the posted signs, it was fairly common for a driver to get stuck there. In 2014, Darien Police Captain Don Anderson told the Darien Times his department responded to 3 or 4 major incidents a year like that. Darien First Selectman Jamie Stevenson said that a further warning system to alert drivers of the height of the bridge is on the way and currently in the design phase. Thankfully, the HAN cruiser has never gotten stuck under there, knock on wood. And in a story that we brought you Friday during our in-game news update, in New Canaan, Mrs. Green's Natural Market on the corner of Park and Pine Streets is closing on October 31st for the next 6 months. The parent company, Natural Markets Food Group of Irvington, New York, will use the time, they say, to see how they're going to move forward in that location. Natural Markets CEO Pat Brown told the Advertiser that while challenges are forcing them to temporarily close the store, they thank all their customer and entire team who treated them like family. Mrs. Green says they will work hard to reopen as soon as possible and continue to provide customers with both healthy living opportunities and high-quality natural and organic products. You can follow updates at ncadvertiser.com. And in Ridgefield, residents driving around town between Monday, October 24th and Friday, October 28th should be aware of some milling work that's going to be completed this week. According to the town, there is a traffic alert set for the following roads in Ridgefield: Old West Mountain, Cedar Lane, Limestone Road north to Bates Farm Road, Depot Road, and Portland Avenue. Officials say you should avoid those roads if possible. If not, drive slowly and carefully. But switching gears now and taking a look at the forecast. Currently 56 degrees and partly cloudy today. It's going to get down to about 41 degrees tonight. Things are going to get colder this week. Tomorrow the high is 53 and much colder tomorrow night at 36 degrees. Similar temperatures on Wednesday when it's mostly sunny, high of 50 and a low of 37 degrees. Thursday some rain is on the way, but it will be a bit warmer with a low of 50 degrees. We're going to step out for a break. When we come back, Donald Dang takes a look back on this day in history. Kevin Coleman has a Nutmeg Sports update, and we have a special interview about an event that's coming up tonight in New Canaan. We'll be back after this.
Connecticut is coming back to hometown banking, to a partner that makes small businesses feel big, where community comes first, where high-tech tools go hand in hand with a human touch, where you get the know-how only neighbors can deliver, where saving time is important too. It's time to expect more. It's time to bank well, bank smart, bank local, bank well.
1, 2, 3, Abby! You know! I want to find out how good I am. Yes, sir! If you relax, you get blown out. Let's get it done! Let's get it done!
What can you take advantage of right now?
Again, come on! I can push myself way beyond what you think.
Special technique. Bring it back.
Want a new experience in car buying? No aggravation, no confrontation, just answers to all your questions. Scap Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Car buying the way you want it to be. With one of the largest selections of new 2- and 4-door Jeep Wranglers available, we are Connecticut's Wrangler headquarters. Located in Fairfield, Connecticut, we're easy to get to. Just 2.5 miles off the Merritt Parkway, exit 44 via Route 58 South. Save thousands right now during the Jeep Celebration event and Ram Power Days. Ends October 31st.
Visit 5 significant houses designed by Philip Johnson in New Canaan, Connecticut on an exclusive one-day study tour on October 22nd. The tour will visit the Hodgson House, the Alice Ball House, Wiley Speculative House, and Boisana's House, culminating with an evening tour of the Glass House property and festive reception. Tickets include tours of each house, shuttle transportation, and refreshments throughout. Visit theglasshouse.org and click on What's On to get your tickets and more information.
When it comes to local entertainment, we've got it all.
From movies, local artists, etiquette, and more.
Watch HAN Arts and Leisure with me, Steve Coulter, and our Arts and Leisure editor, Sally Sanders, Mondays at 12:30, right here on the HAN Network.
I'm John Kovach. I'm a newspaper editor. I'm a high school football coach. I'm a television presenter, and I want you to love fishing as much as I do. Tune in to Yankee Fisherman, Thursdays at 1 on the HAN Network. It's like going to the tackle shop without leaving your office.
We're back on this Monday, October 24th edition of your Coffee Break on the HAN Network. I'm Kate Czaplinski, and it's time to throw it over to Donald Lang to take a look back on this day in history. Don, what do you have for us today?
Well, Kate, I have the birth of a dream of world peace, not entirely successful, though. First, we go to 1901. On her 63rd birthday, Annie Taylor becomes the first person to go over Niagara Falls in a barrel. Now, her motive was financial, but she never really made the fortune that she had envisioned, partially because her manager stole the barrel and hired an actress 35 years younger than Taylor to pretend to be her. Since Taylor's stunt, 15 more people have gone over Horseshoe Falls, including a kayaker and a jet skier. 10 of those plungers have survived, although not the kayaker or jet skier. To 1926, Harry Houdini performs for the last time at the Garrick Theater in Detroit. Performing with a 104-degree fever as a result of appendicitis, Houdini actually fainted during the performance, but was revived and completed the show. He would die on Halloween. 1931, the George Washington Bridge opens. Note that it has only one deck. The lower level, nicknamed Martha, opened in 1962. The GWB's 14 travel lanes carry 106 million vehicles a year, making it the world's busiest bridge. Originally, the towers were supposed to be encased in granite, but cost-cutting during the Depression nixed that. By the time of the 1962 renovation, the exposed steel girders had become so iconic they were left as is. Finally, now we go to 1945 for this.
The conference is over, but the Charter and all that it stands for will go on. The structure on which world peace will rest is completed. It remains now for us and for all the United Nations to put it into use. The new way lies ahead. The new way of peace through unity and cooperation. That is what San Francisco stands for, and that is what we must achieve if we are to maintain peace in the troubled times ahead.
On this date, the UN Charter takes effect. Intended to ensure that future generations would be free of the scourge of war, it was, of course, far from perfect, but more successful than you might think. Wars between nations decreased dramatically in the second half of the 20th century. Unfortunately, the UN much less effective at brokering peace in factional or religious wars, which have occurred with increasing frequency in the last decade. By the way, there is no UN anti-zombie outbreak division. That was entirely made up for the movie. That's your look back in history for today, October 24th, and I'm Donald Lang.
All right, Don, what I need to know is, did that kitten go down Niagara Falls too?
Yes, but not with her. It was a test kitten.
Oh my gosh! Oh wow, I shouldn't have asked that.
Yes,
all right. How did the test go?
It was successful. The kitten did survive with just a little bit of a bump on the head.
Okay.
But yes, so everyone in that story survived.
All right. Thanks so much, John. Well, getting back to some more news today, the Weston Food Pantry will offer donation pickup service that began last Saturday. The program, called Weston Food Pantry Pickups, is meant to support the food pantry's effort to continuously stock its shelves by offering an easy and flexible option for Weston residents who want to donate. This is being organized by high school students Abby and Owen Tanzer. Weston Food Pantry Pickups will announce pickup days in advance throughout the year, and Weston residents can send an email to westonpantrypickups@gmail.com stating their pickup address and specific location, and then they can leave the donations out that day. Participating residents will receive a reminder email the day before and do not have to be home on pickup day. But you can get more information at thewestonforum.com. Let's throw it over now to Kevin Coleman, who's filling in this week for Frank Granito. Kevin, we had an exciting game on Friday.
We did. We had a very exciting game, of course. New Canaan defeating Greenwich in a big game. And right now, let's take a look at the highlights from Friday night.
High snap goes over his head. He's got a little bit of time, picks it up, and gets it off. Good job by the junior. And a late flag comes in. It looks like a roughing the kicker penalty.
That's not Lou Marinelli's style, though, to play for the field goal.
Empty set. Pine looking over the middle. He's going for O'Connell, diving, making the catch. Touchdown, Rams. Ace formation for Pine. He's got O'Connell to his left. Looking left. Now flush from the pocket again. Pine working around, throwing one down over the middle, going up, making the catch. It's the other O'Connell. Touchdown, Rams. It's Ryan, the senior running back.
Just used his body there, 6'2", to box out the defender and hauled it in.
It's 28. It was with plenty of distance, though. It's Langen looking over the middle again. Going to throw up the jump ball. He wants Jeremiah Harris going up, making the catch. Touchdown, Cardinals.
It looked to me like Harris, he faked out the defender he slowed down, it appeared, and then sped up and ran underneath it.
1st and 15 following the penalty from the 20-yard line. Pine looking to the left, still looking left. Now goes over the middle. He wants Quentin O'Connell, his favorite target. Touchdown, Rams. What a drive to start the second half. Pine with an empty formation again. Looks to the left, wants to stare down that way. He's got a man open in the corner of the end zone. A pelt goes up. Touchdown, Rams. Ball up. Tommy Root waiting under it, makes the pick, and he can run this one out, and that will do it.
And thanks again to the Marinelli family and the great student athletes for some great pre- and post-game interviews. We also had Wilton blanking Stanford 18-0. We also had West Hill defeated Norwalk in a low-scoring but heavy defensive game by a final score of 12-11. Trinity Catholic beat Fairfield Ludlow 41-13. We had Trumbull beating Bridgeport Central 35-6. Derry Inn, without Rob Trefone, beat Danbury 41-16. The high-flying St. Joe's Cadets beat Fairfield Ward 41-14. And lastly, in a game that we all picked them to win, Richfield beating Staples 42-7. And over the weekend, we had some big weekend in soccer. We had New Canaan and Central ending in a 2-2 draw. We also had Staples and Wilton ending in a 1-1 draw. Trumbull defeated McMahon 3-1. Greenwich beat Stanford 3-1. In girls soccer, Ludlow defeated Greenwich 1-0. And New Canaan beat Central 6-1. In field hockey, Trumbull beat St. Joe's 2-0. And also in field hockey, Staples defeated Danbury 9-0, and Richfield beat Ward 5-4. And today marks the final day of regular season for boys soccer. It's a busy one. We have Greenwich at Brian McMahon at 4 o'clock, Bridgeport Central at Darien at 4 o'clock, Fairfield Ward at Staples. That game is at 4 o'clock. Norwalk at St. Joe's at 4, Wilton at New Canaan, Danbury at Fairfield Ludlow. Trinity Catholic will be at Richfield for senior night at Tiger Hollow. And on the HAN network today at 4 o'clock, we have Trumbull at Stanford. And Kate, we're going to talk about, obviously the big football game this weekend, and we'll preview the soccer game at 4 o'clock.
Awesome. All right. Thanks so much, Kevin. Well, we also spoke to on Friday Kat Munson, who's the assistant swim coach at New Canaan High School. They have a very special event, a dual swim meet, coming up tonight to honor Kelly Devine, a beloved teacher. Check out our chat with Kat. And I'm joined right now by Kat Munson, who's the assistant swim coach here at New Canaan High School. Kat, so happy to have you.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Well, we have an important event to talk about. The Kelly Devine dual meet between Norwalk and New Canaan is coming up on Monday. Tell us a little bit about this meet and how this started.
So as a lot of people know, Kelly ended up passing away very suddenly this past April, and having not only taught with Kelly at the high school, but also having coached with Kelly at Shore and Country Club in Norwalk, I wanted to, as well as a lot of other swim parents and teachers at the school and other swim coaches, figure out a way to celebrate her and the impact that she had not only on the pool deck as a coach, but also as a teacher, English teacher at both the high school and at Saks. So we decided that we would put Norwalk on our schedule this year, even though we weren't technically supposed to swim them. And because Kelly had graduated from Norwalk and swam at Norwalk, we thought this would be a good way to basically join together the two communities that she really loved and do something special to remember her.
Now, this is incredible because both schools have really stepped up. I know that you all have made swim caps for both teams, and Norwalk has made T-shirts, right?
Yes, I don't know exactly what the design of the T-shirts is, but we took Kelly's favorite color, which was the baby blue. It was actually the wristbands that were given out at her wake by her family, and we took her favorite quote, which was from Friday Night Lights, appropriately, and it was clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose. And so we have that on one side of the cap, and then we have the Kelly Devine duel on the other side. So the swimmers, it's really going to be a union of the two towns. All girls will be wearing those caps. Norwalk has designed T-shirts, and to bring in the English teacher part of her, we're also having each of the girls get a copy of a book called Grayson by Lynn Cox. And she is actually a open water marathon swimmer who has done a lot politically and socially in the swimming world, but it's about her experience as a teenager where she was doing a training swim and this baby gray whale started following her, and she knew she couldn't swim back to shore because the whale would follow her and breach itself. And it's so about her staying in the water waiting for the mother to come back and take the whale from her. Yeah.
Just an incredible story and inspiring, and I know that Kelly inspired a lot of people as well. Talk a little bit about, so the Booster Club of New Canaan has been raising money for this swim duel, and they still are, correct?
Yes. So the New Canaan Booster Club has created a fund where you can sponsor this meet specifically. We really want to make this something that's going to be an annual event between the two towns to keep Kelly's memory alive. It is separate from a scholarship fund for Norwalk, for a Norwalk student, which was developed by her family. And we didn't want to take away from that as a New Canaan community, but we wanted to make sure that we did something to keep her memory and the legacy that she created here alive, because she was loved by so many people, both at Saks, at the high school, and in the swimming community. And I think it's just really important, not only for students and swimmers who had her to remember her, but in the upcoming generations for people to understand just what an amazing and inspirational person that she was.
Has it amazed you in helping to organize this, how many people she touched, or did you know that already?
I mean, I knew that already. Even though she was my colleague, she was a role model to me. She was the person, she was the champion of the underdog, and she was also the biggest supporter of the champions. So she is somebody that touched everyone's lives, and I miss her every day. I go into school and I look for her, and I think I hear her laugh sometimes, and I know that a lot of students and other teachers are in the same position as me, and I think it's just important to pass down the memory of her kindness and her spirit and her love of literature and the students and this sport of swimming, and keep that memory alive.
Now, Kat, how can people donate, and also give us the information on the swim meet so people can attend?
So the swim meet's going to now be held at the New Canaan YMCA. It's this Monday, the 24th at 3 p.m. And you can donate. There's a link that's being sent around through the New Canaan Booster Club, and it's a fund that will sponsor this meet not only this year but in the years to come.
All right, Kat Munson, thank you so much for talking with us. It's a great thing you guys are doing.
Thank you.
Thanks so much to Kat Munson for speaking with us. Definitely a great event to check out tonight. We're going to step out for a break. When we come back, we're going to recap some of the top stories on your coffee break after this.
This is now 44 years I've been in this business. Digital came along. After I was in business for about 6 years, I had to totally reinvent the business. So I had to make a tremendous investment in my business. And Milford Bank was there for me. I don't really just consider Milford Bank a bank. I consider them a trusted partner in my business. My name is Jim Wilson, owner of Milford Photo. I choose to bank with Milford Bank.
The leaves are changing, water temps dropping, and the sun is setting a little earlier each day. But there's still a lot of great boating, fishing, and coast time left before we see the first snow. And above all, remember, it's always summer at the Dock Shop. With loads of new fishing tackle and accessories, clothing, jewelry, and home decor, the Dock Shop is just what you need when you start to feel that New England autumn chill. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, dockshop.com.
I really wanted something that felt like a home. Coming from a big house, I wanted the feel of a home as opposed to a condo. New Canaan is 6 minutes down the road. New Canaan's a beautiful little town to walk around. I work in Westport. My commute is 20 minutes. It's close to Westchester where my family is, so the location is ideal. There is no other townhome that compares in the area. This is where I want to be.
I'm a filthy rich executive. I hear the market's down 1,000,000 points. I freak out. I spill my large espresso. The searing pain makes me slam on the brakes. Uh-oh, your fault. And your cut rate insurance may not cover my $90,000 car, so I sue you, because that's what I do. So get Allstate. You can save money and be better protected from mayhem. like me.
Visit your local Allstate agent, Nick Montanaro, at 6528 Main Street in Trumbull for a personalized quote.
I'm Frank Granito.
And I'm Donald Ing for the HAN Network.
Tune in to Nutmeg Sports Monday through Thursday, where we bring you all the top stories from Connecticut sports.
From highlights to player interviews and expert analysis, no one gets you closer to Connecticut's games than Nutmeg Sports.
Nutmeg Sports, now Monday through Thursday at 2 p.m. on the HAN Network.
We're back on this Monday edition of your Coffee Break on the HAN Network. I'm Kate Czaplinski, recapping some of the top stories that we're following today, including that the body of a 56-year-old man was found late Sunday morning at 70 Longfellow Road in Shelton. Police responded to the residents for a missing persons complaint. A woman woke up and could not find her 56-year-old son, Theodore Bortnick. Police canvassed the area and discovered Bortnick deceased in a drainage ravine on the property. The Connecticut State Police Major Crime Team responded to process the scene. Shelton police say they're actively investigating the death. However, there is no indication of foul play at this time. And a tragic story out of Bridgeport. Hearst, Connecticut media reports a pregnant woman died Sunday from a suspected heroin overdose. Police Captain Brian Fitzgerald said the 25-year-old woman was found early Sunday morning at a Berkeley Place residence on the east side, and the death is a suspected heroin overdose. Fitzgerald said the Detective Bureau is investigating that untimely death. And the Milford Police Department has an ongoing investigation into females being robbed in hotels and motels while offering services on a website called Backpage.com. And this week, they arrested a suspect for the second time in connection with those crimes. Backpage is classified as an advertising website. 23-year-old Jonathan Arzu of Laurel Avenue in Bridgeport was arrested for a second time on October 18th. He's accused of forcefully entering a hotel room back in May with two accomplices and pistol whipping a female with a handgun when she resisted turning over her property. Arzu then ransacked the hotel room, robbing money, a purse, and a wallet. Arzu's identity was developed through DNA evidence that was left behind at the crime scene, and he was later identified by the female victim as well. This is the second arrest of Arzu, who has been dubbed the Backpage Bandit. But you can get more information at milfordmirror.com. And in other Milford news, blue ribbons have been tied around trees on the downtown Milford Green to show support for a young woman battling a brain tumor. The community has been rallying around 19-year-old Danny Kemp, a foreign high school graduate described as a great athlete and a lovely person. Kemp has undergone treatment at Yale New Haven Hospital for a rare cancerous tumor in the pons region of her brain. According to family friend Rhonda Hart, who has one of several people tying the blue ribbons to the trees earlier this week, Kemp will be traveling to Germany for special medical treatment. During her high school career as a three-sport athlete, Kemp overcame kidney disease, which has since gone into remission. The Kemp family does have a GoFundMe page to help defray the major expenses associated with her treatment. The site had collected more than $116,000 as of this week, but you can get more details at milfordmirror.com. And finally, earlier this month, Monroe police officer John McCauley and his canine partner Murphy competed in the Stephen A. Ketchum Canine Challenge. The event honored the memory of Stephen Ketchum, a retired police officer from Newtown who died from cancer last year. McCauley and Murphy participated in 5 different events, and of those events, Murphy won in the agility course, the gunfire course, and the fastest dog competition. Murphy was also named the overall top dog, so congratulations to Murphy. We are going to wrap things up here on your coffee break, but of course we have a lot coming up today. HAN Arts and Leisure at 12:30, Nutmeg Sports at 2 o'clock, and boys soccer live at 4, so be sure to check all of that out, and we'll see you tomorrow at 11 for your coffee break.